Coffee Talk Live. I'm 15 minutes late. Sorry about that. If there's not a lot of people that show up in the live stream, I'm going to give it 10 minutes. And if not, I'm just going to take it down. And because this could be a very good interactive live stream, lots of things to talk about. But if it doesn't, pick up like with participants, I'm going to take it down and still shoot a video anyway. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we're going to talk about why you have sugar cravings, and we're going to talk about Candida yeast, and we're going to talk about how to heal, excuse me, how to heal your gut. So yeah, I'm going to give this a few minutes for people to get in here. I was running late, getting my stuff together, my thoughts together. But there's a lot of quick and easy ways that you can deal with Candida. Candida will come out in several ways, and the first big sign is sugar cravings. Sugar cravings is a telltale sign that you have Candida. A lot of people will say, I have a sweet tooth. No, you don't. You have Candida. Most people who are dealing with trying to lose weight find that it's very hard. If they have Candida, it's a struggle because they deal with carb cravings, they deal with sugar cravings. Candida is symbiotic. It meshes in your system, and it's a parasite that lives off of you. It's a yeast that changes form. It buds when it's a mold, and then it goes back into its yeast state. So as it changes form, it's harder to kill. So you have to have a broad spectrum way of treating it. So if you have Candida, you're going to notice a bloated gut. You're going to notice gas or burping. You're going to notice it's hard to lose weight in the belly. No matter how much you exercise, no matter how much you walk, you're always going to have, excuse me, a bloated gut. If you are unable to have energy, if you have a sweet tooth, Candida affects more people than they realize. So Candida is one of the things that we end up with. I had and did not realize it. A lot of people that have farms, that have homesteads, that drink raw cow's milk, raw goat's milk, they'll think, okay, I'm doing the healthy thing. I'm having my herbs, my vitamins. I'm doing all this. I've got to have, like a clean system, and I'm sure I don't have anything in my gut. Wrong move. I know for a fact, looking back, I had Candida issues, and I believe one of my daughters that was dealing with eczema had Candida issues, and now it really flares up when you're drinking store-bought milk or store-bought cheeses, those type of things. Cheese is made as a mold, so cheese is a mold. So when you eat those things, if you're experiencing the bloating, the gas, if you have a lot of sugar cravings, have a hard time saying no to sugar, that's the yeast actually wanting to eat. It needs to feed. So it signals to you, hey, I've got to eat more to survive and grow in your gut area. So Candida affects a lot of people. If you breastfeed and your baby ends up with thrush, big sign of Candida. Good morning, Teresa. I said if I don't have a lot of people in here, I might take this down and just do a video, but there's some people coming in. I was running really late, and I apologize for that. But a lot of people have Candida, and those signs are if you breastfeed and your baby is getting thrush, you can use gentian of violet on yourself and in the child's mouth, and that will take care of it when it comes from you to them. But that won't take care of it in your gut. If you have eczema or psoriasis, there's a 95% chance you have Candida. If you have sugar cravings, big chance you're dealing with Candida. Lethargy, not able to get up and move, no energy, possibly Candida. So we're going to talk about some easy ways to get rid of it. You have to, A, try to start killing it. You have to, B, starve it out. So I don't know if I saved my spot. So Candida is symbiotic, which means it lives off of you. It is a parasite. It intertwines itself into your gut, and it's really, it's something that is overlooked. A lot of people with leaky gut syndrome have Candida. And that's one thing, when you go to a medical doctor, they will give you treatment, but they won't cure it because they're unaware of how prevalent Candida is. It's a real big problem. Most of the people that walk around saying, and then they end up with diabetes, that say I have a sugar craving, are actually dealing with Candida. And then it manifests in, you may end up with white stuff on your tongue. You may end with a white coating on your tongue. You may end up dealing with toenail or fingernail fungus. Yeah, so let's get to it. My today's to-do list. So, extreme bloating in the belly, belly fat, hard to lose weight, very hard to get up the energy to move. So normally Candida will reside in the mouth, in the skin, in the vagina, and in the small intestines. Let's see. Where yeast overgrowth will present itself. Thrush, vaginal infections, babies with diaper rash. If you're breastfeeding and your child ends up with thrush, or constantly battling diaper rash. Women under the breast, on the abdomen. A lot of the times it presents in the nails. I said nail fungus, toenail fungus. And in the locations on the body, interestingly enough, that form a V. So it'll be armpits, groin, other armpit, like that. With a bloated belly. It's the yeast-like state is non-invasive, which is sugar fermenting, but the fungal state is invasive, and in this state, the Candida produce rhizoids, or root-like structures that will penetrate through your mucosal lining, and that's why you end up with leaky gut syndrome. Sadly enough, as it resides first in the gut, moves to the small intestines, it can pretty much overtake your entire system, your entire body. Let's see. There was a couple of points I wanted to make. Okay. Other health issues that will present as the Candida grows throughout your entire system. Low thyroid function, immune deficiency, a tendency to end up with autoimmune disorders, hormonal imbalances, a lack of hydrochloric acid production, imbalances in your blood sugar, and intestinal permeability of the gut. So a lot of people will end up with these issues and not realize they're all linked. Brain fog, I said a minute ago, lethargy, unable to get your thoughts together, unable to think clearly. Any type of beer, cheese, over-the-counter milk will feed it and make it a ton worse. So you want to avoid those things. You want to start starving it out. The microbiome is the symbiotic relationship of us with bacteria that live in our body. We have a very diverse microbiome, which means we have good bacteria, bad bacteria, all living at the same time. But we don't want the bad bacteria or yeasts or molds to overtake the good. So that when it gets out of alignment, it just, it rapidly overgrows, and it'll take over your whole system. So, and poor skin, lots of acne, lots of blackheads, lots of psoriasis, lots of eczema. All right, to stop the overgrowth, you want to eat a high protein diet, of course, low glycemic index type foods, low carbs, low sugar. Some of the greens that you can start incorporating, you got to do two things. I'm going to talk about some supplements. I'm going to talk about some essential oils. I'm going to talk about basically you got to double tack it. You got to starve it out, and then you got to kill it. So here's some things you can eat. Non-starchy vegetables, such as potatoes. You want to avoid starchy pasta, bread. I don't eat grains hardly at all. I'll eat tortilla. My favorite little treat is a handful of tortilla chips every other couple of days. That's it. I don't eat grains. I do not eat grains. Green beans are good. Broccoli is good. Cabbage is good. Kale is good. Cauliflower is good. Beets are excellent. Chard is good. Celery, lettuce, radishes, cucumbers. Any of your fibrous greens are excellent. Brussels sprouts, asparagus. Avoid fruits because they are high in sugar. Avoid fruit at all. A lot of people try to go healthy and they think fruit is healthy. Well, fruit is kind of like nature's candy. So if you're dealing with any blood sugar issues, if you're dealing with any gut issues, avoid fruit at all costs. Just cut it out. The only fruit I would say do is lemon. Put some lemon in your water. Put some lemon in some of your drinks if you can. Keep to the good fats. Keep to the good fats. Swap out your coconut oils. Swap out your canola oils and stick to safflower oil, stick to olive oil, stick to avocado oil, stick to flaxseed oil, walnut oil. Any sugars. Avoid any sugars whatsoever, including honey and molasses. Avoid all of those. Stick to stevia. I know a lot of people don't like to use stevia. Hey, if y'all are in here, yes, please. Thank you, Teresa. Give me a thumbs up. Stevia is one that it has no sugar to it whatsoever. It doesn't raise your glycemic index. It's like nature's sugar for the taste buds, but it doesn't affect your body. It won't increase bacteria overgrowth or candida overgrowth. Here are some herbs that you can take. Starve it out and then treat it as well. And I'm going to do, the next video I'm going to do on a power smoothie that you can add some essential oils to help kill it. Number one is a fire cider video. So the next two videos are going to be donated to energy and candida yeast gut rebuilding. White oak. I used to harvest this wild, and I would talk about its benefits, but white oak bark, the bark of a tree, it's very astringent, it's very high in tannins, and it's very antiseptic, antiviral, antifungal, so it will help to kill the candida. But I take this for other reasons. It also has very good properties for other things. But white oak bark, you can buy that. I bought this on Amazon, and this is by Secrets of the Tribe. But you can take 3 of these in the morning, 3 of these in the evening, and that will help to kill it. You can ingest and add essential oils to smoothies, to lemon water. If you are drinking lemon water with a couple of drops of lemon essential oil in there, you're going to kill it. You're gonna bring your pH back into to being where it needs to be, and you're also going to be killing. You can also ingest grapefruit or bergamot. And the next smoothie video that I do, I'll talk about that. But the citrus essential oils are not quite so bad tasting. You can add stevia to it to help with the taste, and it will kill the candida. And that's what you need to do, is kill it. So you starve it out by avoiding sugars, eat more of your fibrous greens, and no starchy vegetables, no pasta, nothing like that. But if you're having sugar cravings, if your blood sugar is having issues, 9 times out of 10, it's a candida problem. So here's some other herbs that you can take. Garlic, oregano, black walnut, which is also good for parasites. A lot of people with candida do have parasites. We're going to do a whole parasite video too. Maybe in a week or so. I want to do a parasite video because it's more prevalent than people think, especially for people that live on farms. Parasites are not as rampant as I think they make them seem on TikTok, but they are out there. And hookworm is the worst. And it will present when it will actually come out of your skin eventually, and then you'll be like, oh wow, but you didn't see all the babies inside of you that you didn't kill. Colloidal silver is somewhat effective, but it's not something that I would rely on. There's a few that you can buy over the counter. Candida yeast cleanses and homeopathic remedies, but clove, that's one. Clove, if you can get encapsulated clove for instance, okay, if it were me and I was dealing with it, I would add lemon, grapefruit, bergamot essential oils to my lemon water or to smoothies every day. I would use white oak and I would use clove encapsulated, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. Drink it with almond milk because it's going to be very harsh on the gut. But you have to have something that will kill. You've got to have that kill activity, but it won't have the side effects or adverse effects that a very harsh antifungal would have that you would get in a prescription. So you're not going to have to deal with that. Some of those prescriptions that are geared to kill candida, yeast, fungus, mold are damaging to your kidneys. And so if you're looking for a natural way to kill it, you've got citrus essential oils daily. Put it in a smoothie, put it in lemon water, add some stevia to it to sweeten it to make it not so harsh, and encapsulated white oak and clove. And those are clove is the strongest at antiseptic properties, the absolute best. That's why I put it in a tooth oil, because it helps to kill all of a broad spectrum antiviral, antifungal, antiseptic, antifungal, antimicrobial. So ingesting encapsulated clove, and you have to have enough to do the work and starve it out. But if you're experiencing brain fog, if you're experiencing low energy, if you're experiencing a swollen gut, if you're experiencing sugar cravings and blood pressure issues, which will later turn into diabetes and thyroid issues, it's most likely that you have candida. And it's one of those things that will present itself. You may not know you have it early on, present itself later when you breastfeed your children. They may get thrush. And again, I've been the homestead person and the farm person thinking I was eating totally healthy and I was doing all the right things. I still had candida when I was breastfeeding Daisy. It was insane. I couldn't get rid of the thrush she had, and I had to do some homework and figure out what was going on. If you are breastfeeding and your child ends up with lots of diaper rash with thrush, you can do the gentian of violet inside their mouth. It's very hard to find. You can probably find it online now. Old time pharmacies will sell it, but you take a Q-tip, don't re-dip, put it inside their mouth, put it on you. You'll walk around with purple boobs, but it will kill it. But that's only going to kill it in the transfer from you to child. You still got to kill it in the gut. Candida resides in the gut, and then it comes out. Remember, in a V. It may come out under the armpits as well as the groin. I never had any sign that I had candida. None. I didn't have a swollen gut. I didn't have any issues with any of the other things. One of my other children had eczema. And so if your family is dealing with things like diaper rash, thrush, eczema, or if you're dealing with skin issues, it could be lots of acne, those kind of things. You might be dealing with candida, boils, and it doesn't hurt to ingest the clove anyway, to go ahead and see if all of that doesn't reside. Topical ways of getting rid of it. You've got your clove oil. You can put into a carrier oil. The super salve that I sell has a broad spectrum of herbs and oils to help kill the candida topically when it presents as eczema or psoriasis. So when it manifests on the outside, we'll think, okay, it's it's eczema, it's psoriasis, it's thrush, but it's all from the gut. It lives in the gut. And if you don't starve it out with the no carb, no grains, no sugar, no honey, no molasses, because I remember thinking, well, honey is all natural, and you've got that Melaleuca honey out now. That's the big thing. So we gravitate to it, but it's still feeding it. You've got to kill it, and you've got to starve it out. You've got to kill it and not continue to feed it. And because it goes through so many stages, it's very hard to kill. Once you get candida, it permeates the mucosal lining and will present as leaky gut syndrome. It will Crohn's. If you have candida that has overtaken your gut and then it has moved through your intestines, it will present as Crohn's. and you'll have the polyps and all that stuff to deal with, when it may be something as simple as SIBO or Candida. And by attacking it with antiviral, antifungal, things like that, and killing it, you will see those autoimmune disorders reverse. But you have to get tested, and you also, if you're dealing with something as serious as lupus, Crohn's, any of that, you might want to ask your doctor. I'm not saying don't see your doctor. Do not take this as medical advice in place of a licensed physician. This is for educational purposes only. I got to protect myself. But if you are dealing with anything like leaky gut syndrome, Crohn's, lupus, autoimmune disorders, you could ask your doctor to test you. They will probably say, no, you don't need that. Call a holistic practitioner. We can order you lab work. It's not very hard to have a GI map done. You poop in a dish and they test it for anything that could be in your gut. But doctors can order that too. That it's just not that common. And I hate to say it like this, but sometimes they won't order it because if they find the root cause and that's handled, you're not going to keep coming back for more prescriptions. But the prescriptions to kill Candida are very harmful to the kidneys, very harmful to the kidneys. I hope that helps you understand Candida a little bit better. But yeah, you can ingest citrus essential oils. They are super effective at killing Candida. You can ingest clove and white oak bark and start starving it out, as hard as it might be. For instance, if you're used to having something sweet, make yourself a smoothie with some citrus essential oils and stevia. You do that, you're not only building your mucosal lining. I'm going to show you a smoothie, the next video I put up, with mango and papaya that help to build the mucosal lining, some fibrous greens that will help to also boost your energy levels, and some citrus essential oils that will help to kill it. Super salve on topically for lots of things. Yeah, it's a very good broad spectrum. But if you're dealing with stuff on the outside that continues to arise, it's coming from inside. So I hope that helps y'all understand Candida a little bit better. It's very prominent in our society. A lot of women have it, and it presents as belly fat, lethargy, brain fog, no energy. It will roll over into adrenal fatigue because you're just draining yourself, feeding this symbiotic fungus in your body, this yeast. And again, it changes shape. Candida is one of those, like Lyme, that will continue to change shape. So it's hard to kill overall unless you stick to like a 30-day regimen. And eating peppers, that's another natural way to help kill it. But if you stick to a regimen of, say, your essential oils, your herbal extracts, and also your diet plan, you can kill it. It's always wise to stick to a plan for longer than 30 days. That's the recommended. But I say 40 for everything because that's how your metabolism operates, is on a 40-day schedule. But it's possible to get rid of it. Your skin will clear up. Your energy will start to rise. Your brain fog will clear up. But I've had a lot of people say lately, like brain fog, no energy, sweet tooth, things like that. And it just seems like now's a good time to address it. The humidity and the heat will also, if you're out in a humid climate and you're sweating more, it'll grow more rapid, whether it's on your skin or in your gut. So maybe more people are dealing with it than what they think. No problem, Teresa. Y'all hit the thumbs up button. It doesn't cost you a thing. Hit the thumbs up button. I'm going to get off here, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. I hope that helps y'all understand Candida a little bit better. Look me up at Missy's Naturals, Holistic Counseling. There may be something I can help you find the answers to. All the citrus essential oils that I mentioned are 25% off. Use the code 25OFF if you decide to make a purchase. Reach out to me through email if you've got questions about anything. And anything you purchase this month, next month, whenever, 10% of the proceeds are going to go to a charity. This month, the charity is going to be a school for kids with disabilities Your name goes in a card with the proceeds that I take, so they can see who you are and where you live. No detailed personal information like last names or anything like that. Just your name and where you're from. So that next month will be a domestic violence shelter. After that, I don't know if y'all have a suggestion for a charity, but every month charities are getting 10% off the top. That's my tithe. So that's what's going to happen. Thank y'all for watching. I'll put a link in the description box below to my website. And y'all have a blessed day. Thank you so much for being a mod, Teresa. I really appreciate that. Have a wonderful day.